Hello and welcome to this RHCSA program, version 8. Now let me focus on this lesson 5, which includes the topics on file system, bash, of course, and the file permissions. This is a completely interactive session. Please go through the commands so that the familiarity increases more. Okay, let me move ahead to the lab, to the terminal. See here, I'm into the terminal. I'm going to the root. CD, this reverse slash indicates the root. So if you say PWD, you are directly to the root. When I say LL, you can see there are different folders and especially the directories. These are the default directories as soon as you install this operating system. One needs to know about these files and directories, especially when you want to do little bit of when you want to do system administration. These are very, very important directories. I explain you briefly at this point of time, and as relevant when we focus on administration, we will be detailing it out. See, the first one which you can see, L stands for link file. Link. It can be a directory or it can be a file folder also. Okay, bin. Bin means binary. All the commands which are there, user related commands will be available in this particular bin. Like if I say ls, it's a command. It is available in clear, clear. All these commands, these are available. There is a difference between bin and sbin. You can see here, this is bin and this is sbin. Sbin is super bin. All the administrative related commands will be available in super bin. Okay, just make note about the difference, bin and sbin. The next is the boot. Boot contains several files related to kernel, the partition, the grub, etc. and also the modules. So this is again very important file system which helps the system to boot across. Okay, so I can show you /boot. You can see this file which is VM lineage. This is the kernel. This is the kernel. Kernel is nothing but the core of the operating system. With this only the system starts. If anything happens to this particular file, the system will not do. And it is supplemented with this init RD, init RAM. This image file which is there, this contains all various modules for booting. Like you can see module for keyboard, module for disk, module for maybe mouse, module for everything, what all devices which you have, CD-ROM, etc., etc. Okay, and this grub is there. Grub is nothing but grand unified bootloader. So you have this boot record, boot partition table, etc. I'll be discussing this at a later stage a little bit more about this grub. So I'll go back to this root file system. So here in this root, you have various other directories also. Dev stands for device files. You can see in Linux, everything is a device. Every device is a file. Like keyboard is a file. Even if you say memory is also a file, monitor is also a file, mouse is also a file. But there are two type of files. One is character files. C for character and B for block. I'll show you. This /dev ll pipe more. You can see the starting character C for character, and you can see as described L for link files, D for directory, and B for block. You can see here block. The device which can hold a file system is called as a block device. The device which cannot hold a file system is character. Like a monitor, like keyboard, are all character device. Like if I say about a hard disk, like if I say about CD, these are all block device files. Even a partition, all these things are block device files. Okay, more things we can understand at a later stage. Okay, so this is about device files. So now the other file systems which you should know, etc is very, very important for system administration. All the scripts configurations are stored here. Like as you remember, we were using a password file, etc password, the location here. So for admins, especially this etc is very, very relevant. We'll be learning more in later, at later. And now the other things, home is mainly for home directory for users. So like if I say CD, you can see PWD, it's a home, it's a student home file system. This is the location where your home, I mean the users home directories are located. And now next is lib and lib64. Lib nothing but libraries. See, the Linux operating system contains by default, it can be C libraries or it can be even PHP or Python or whatever it is. These libraries are basically located, library files are located in these files. Okay, and now I'll explain about this media and MNT. Both of them are very, very important. Media is nothing but anything which are local file systems which you are appending. Like it can be a CD-ROM. Once you insert, the files can be visualized in this media directory. Like you go to media, as of now currently nothing should be there, because 0 bytes, nothing is mounted. If you insert a CD, then you can see the CD contents in this media. If you insert a pen drive, you can see the files and directories in this particular media. MNT is anything related to network. I mean, remote modes can be used across in MNT. Okay, so OPT and OPT is mainly used for any application like Oracle or maybe SAP or maybe any other enterprise application which can be used to store their respective applications. Okay, PROC is one of the unique dynamic file system. We also call PROC as processor file system. See here, it shows as PROC as 0. But once you go into this particular directory, there are several files. All files are named as 0. But you see, like I can tell you cat, or I'll show you CPU info. It is showing as 0. But once you call this file, the data inside this, it calls the CPU, find out the real-time data, and it publishes. Cat CPU info. Like if I can say more, it displays the file. So here you can say it is a genuine Intel with a Core i3 CPU, and the flags you can see floating point unit, etc., and various other flags which are available, SSC flags, etc. Right? So this is how we can see. Like similarly, cat mem info, the total memory will be displayed here. 2 GB memory free, memory available, all various flags are displayed here. This is about processor file system. Okay, so if I say the other important file systems which we need to understand is root. Root is nothing but here, this root is nothing but the root, I mean the super user's home directory is /home. The user's home directory is /home, super user's home directory is /home. Okay. The other file systems which are important and relevant, as we have already discussed, is sbin, is superbin. Okay. The other things like temp is a temporary file system where all users can exchange their files or folders from this particular user. If user 1 wants to transfer file to user 2, he can copy in temp, and user 2 can access the temp file system, and then he can copy into his own file system. User is again a user's application, basically application oriented. Like they can store their data, application data, into this particular file system. And last but not the least is var for various. In various, we have different, services which are available. Like if you want to go through the logs, it is available in var log. If you want to host a website, var www. If you want to host a crash files, if you want to have a crash, var crash. If you want to have an FTP, you can go in var FTP. Various. If you want to go the log of mail, you can go through this var mail. Okay, just I'll explore this. You can see various directories which are available as discussed, like FTP or maybe log, because these are more important for us in future. Okay, even spool is used for printing and mail purpose. Okay, www is for World Wide Web internet. Okay, this is in brief about the file system. And now I'll explain about the shell. In Linux, unlike Unix, in Unix we have 3 different shells, like BSH, B for Born shell, C for C shell, K for corn shell. This B shell, C shell, corn shell all merged to become a one shell, which is bash. Bash is nothing but born again shell. And this is the only shell which is in Linux. Okay. So this shell contains all the parameters relevant to born, C shell, corn shell, etc. in this particular. Okay. More information you can even get man bash. You can see this born again shell and you can see the interactions. So there are basically when you say about the shell, the user, if you have logged in as super user, root, we call it super user. If you are logged in else other than anything, we call it user. How do you know whether you are a super user? Just say ID. If your UID is 0, then you are super user. I'll just show you SU. See, the other indication is hash. So you can see UID as 0. Again, I am returning back. Okay. Now user IDs generally starts from 1000. We can customize our own IDs that I'll be discussing during administration. Okay. So this is about the bash. So in bash, I'll just briefly explain about the default files in this particular once you log in into your home directory. So as I explained, your home directory, there are 4 files which helps you once you log in into your user. So those files are starting with again ll grep dot. Sorry, I should have given dot. So you can see, sorry, not this, ll-a. You can see here, bash history, bash logout, bash profile, bash RC are the 4 important files which govern your shell parameters here. So here history, all the commands which you have running across one after another, this comes from history. I can say history, it displays all the commands which I have given till now. This is the file, basically it stores in this particular thing. The default is basically 1000. Bash logout, a script when you terminate. A script, if you write in this particular logout, a command in this particular one, it will execute and then come out. Profile, default profile for the shell. RC is the login script, starting login script. Whatever you write in this RC will be executed during the login time. So these are the environment. And now I will also speak about the environment. If I say set command pipe more, it will display the environment of this particular shell. So you see this bash is bin bash. It's all the parameters which are there. Here, this is the system driven parameter. This is the value. This is the value which has been set. This can be dynamically changed with the help of the relevant service or the script. So you can see various parameters which are there. Bash version is 4.4.919. Bash source, user ID, effective user ID is 1000. Okay, and still more to come. You can see even the history file is so and so bash history. I just now discussed. Home directory is home student. Host name is server A. Host type is x8664. Language is basically EN English. Okay, log name is student. Lines equal to 35 lines which are there, and this LS colors. So these are all the colors. If you are familiar with ANSI, you can basically customize these colors, whatever color you want. I mean for files, folders, etc. the default files, and many other path. If you want to add path also, you can edit the bash profile and then make use additional one. This is the prompt, basically the status. So PWD present working directory keeps changing. These are the SSH parameters, the IP address which is there, SSH client, term is xterm. We have various other terms also. So here we are using xterm. Okay. So and many other things like UID which we spoke, user is student. This is the environment, complete environment which is there, and this is the script. I just come out. So this is also an important area where you need to understand about the bash. Okay, now after learning bash, I'll just explain about the file permissions. Like you can see, this is a file. File 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, or maybe any other directories, etc. Here you see this, these are the permissions. Read, write, X, read, write, execute. Read hyphen means that particular thing is not set, execute, read, write, execute. So here I just explain about how you can understand about this file permissions. Basically there are three categories. One is the owner, the first one, owner, and second one is the group and others. Three categories. Owner, the first three are applied for owner, okay, the next three are applied for group, and the next three are applied for others. So by seeing this, who is the owner of this particular file? If I take up this file, file 1, student is the owner. Who is the group? Student is the group. So for the owner, what are all the permissions which are set? Read, write, no execute, no. Okay. For a group, read, write and execute. For others, any other user, only read permission set, only read. So effectively, read, write for owner, read, write for group, read for others. This is how it has been. If I want to change the permission, this particular one, permission of this file 1 to something else, how do we set? So here I teach now this 1 to 4 code. 1 to 4 code. Read is 4, write is 2, okay, execute is 1. Okay, so understand this one, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. These are the 4 things which are there. The things which are set, I mean read, write, that is 4 plus 2 is 6. Again here 4 plus 2 is 6. In this category only 4 is set. Suppose if I want to give some other permission, like for the owner I want to give read, write, execute. For a group I want to give read, write. For others I want to give just execute. How do I set? I repeat once again. For owner I want to set read, write, execute. For a group I want to set something like read, write, I mean leaving as it is. For others I want to give some simply execute. So for owner, read, write, execute means 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. For a group it is 6. For others is only execute means 1. So it is 7, 6, 1. Okay. I use this term chmod command 7, 6, 1 to the file 1. See how it gets modified. LL file 1. See this? Read, write. Earlier it is like this. And now it has come to like this. Read, write, execute. Read, write, no execute. For others is only execute. Please practice many times for file as well as for folders also you can set. Suppose November, the default permissions which is set is 775. 775. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. 775. I want to change to chmod 7 or 664. Means read, write hyphen, R hyphen hyphen, November, LL November. If I say November, it will display the list of files, so I'll use LL hyphen D for directory. Okay, you see this, now it has been changed to read, write hyphen, R hyphen. I hope this is very clear in how to change file permissions, in understanding file permissions and also change file permissions. Okay, so I'll meet with another topic in the next lab. Please practice once again multiple times till you get familiar. Okay, thank you.